Hello stars, how's it going? In this video, we're gonna study Unit 16, 17, and 18 in the OL Students Book. This is Mr. Yusuf again, and let's start. Unit 16 is about animal stories. So we have two stories here about number one, the ant and the grasshopper. This is the headline of the story. Number two, the goose and the golden egg. So the ant and the grasshopper is about an ant who's collecting food for the winter. And the grasshopper is not. He hadn't done any work. So he's relaxed. So he feels content. Content means happy. Now, when the winter came, ant had found enough food to eat until spring, but the grasshopper didn't because he was very hungry because he didn't do any work. He remembered ant's wise words. Wise here means able to give good advice. If you are a wise man, then you will give good advice. Number two, the goose and the golden eggs. This story is about a farmer who finds a goose. A goose is a common white water bird. What is the meaning of water bird? Water bird means a bird that can swim in the water. So he finds a yellow egg. The goose had laid a yellow egg. So, of course, he took the egg, he started selling the golden eggs, but then he became greedy. Greedy when you want more money, you want more than you need. Why did he become greedy? Because he had a lot of money. So he decided to have more and more and more. He wants more, so he's greedy. The grammar in this unit is about the past perfect. What is the meaning of past perfect? Look at this. When we have two events happening at two different times in the past, we have to use the past perfect. Point A, at 12 p.m., I ate lunch. This is the task. Point B, 12:30, I washed the dishes. So imagine these two events happened in the past in this order. So which one happened first? Yes, I ate lunch and then washed the dishes. So if we have two events happening in the past, the earlier one is in the past perfect. So the correct sentence is, after I had eaten my lunch, I washed the dishes. I washed the dishes. This is washed. This is past simple. You all know past simple. What is this? This is past perfect. I used the verb had, which is a helping verb, but the main verb eat is in the past participle form. This is the past perfect. So how can you form it? Super easy. Had plus past participle. Why do we use it? We're talking about two events. We use the past perfect to talk about the earlier of the two events. What happened earlier? Let's answer some questions. Reem space upset because her friend not phoned her. So Reem was upset because her friend hadn't phoned her. Number three. Come on, guys, write down the answers with me. Nobody knew about the site because everyone had forgotten about it. So he had forgotten about it. This is the past participle. Everyone had forgotten about it. Number four, after we had visited the museum, we decided to have lunch. Which one happened first? Yes, visiting the museum and then having lunch. So that's why we put this tense, this event, in the past perfect tense. So it's super easy. In this gray box, we're going to learn language functions, some important expressions to respond to news. For example, let's say someone told you that you got an A+ on the English test. So you are very happy. You're going to say how wonderful. Or really, I can't believe it. So you're very happy. But if you've heard that one of your friends If you're the one of your friends had an accident, for example, so you're gonna feel very sorry. So you're gonna say, "Oh no, how terrible." This is when you respond to a sad news. So this box contains very important expressions to teach you how to respond to news. Let's go to Unit 17. Unit 17 is about dinosaurs and how they died out. Dinosaurs lived on Earth for more than 150 million years. By studying fossils, fossils is the remains of the animal. It's like hidden bones under the underground, in the underground. Scientists have worked out that the dinosaurs died out about 65 million years ago. What is the meaning of died out? Died out means they are no longer here, which means, yes, they are extinct. So die out means extinct. They believe that some of today's animals come from dinosaurs, such as lizards. What are lizards? They look like small crocodiles, like a small alligator, but very small. So scientists believe that lizards come from dinosaurs. So why did dinosaurs disappear? A lot of scientists have many theories. What is the meaning of theory? A theory means something that I'm not sure of. And the opposite is fact. Like, for example, the fact is when the sun rises every day. That's a fact. But a theory is when I say how dinosaurs died, there was a huge meteorite. A huge meteorite means like a very big rock which comes from space. And then it hit the Earth, and then everyone was gone. Everything on Earth was gone. Or perhaps there were a lot of volcanoes. Volcanoes, like this. This is a volcano. And there's an eruption here. Do you see the flames and the gases and the smoke coming out? This is eruption. So there are many theories. Are you sure which one happened? No, I'm not sure. So that's the meaning of theory. The grammar in this unit is about third condition. And it's super easy. Let me ask you a question. What would have happened if? What would have happened if dinosaurs hadn't become extinct? Oh my God, we would have been eaten by dinosaurs. There would have been no life. We can't fight dinosaurs, right? We wouldn't have been able to walk on the streets. What would happen? What would have happened if the wheel hadn't been invented? We would have gone to work using horses, maybe on horse's back. I think. What would have happened if the electricity hadn't been discovered? Oh my God, there are no phones, no TV, nothing, no light. So there would have been no civilization whatsoever, right? So that's the third condition. We talk about hypothetical situations, about unreal situations. They are impossible. The form is very simple. The if clause will contain the past perfect tense. We have just studied the past perfect tense. And the second clause will contain would have plus past participle. Let's answer some questions. I forgot my library card. I couldn't borrow a book. So this happened. What is impossible if you imagine the opposite? What is the opposite? So if you hadn't forgotten, if I hadn't forgotten my library card, I could have borrowed. This is impossible. Why? Because it already happened. It has already happened. I have already forgotten my library card, so I have no time machine. I don't have, nobody has a time machine. We can't go back in time. So I'm imagining, this is hypothetical. I could have borrowed the books. Super easy. What about this one? I was tired. I didn't watch the documentary about dinosaurs. So, if I hadn't been tired, if I hadn't been tired, I would have watched the documentary. This is also imaginary. Why this is imaginary? Because it already happened. I missed it. I didn't watch the documentary. I missed it. So it's super simple, guys. This is the third condition. In this gray box, we're going to learn some expressions to give dates that you're not sure of. When you're not sure about dates, you can use the word about. Dinosaurs lived about 65 million years ago. About, and you're not sure. We think that people maybe first lived, maybe. This is one word, not maybe. No, maybe, one word. 250,000 years ago. Or you can use the word almost or around, and this is my favorite. You can use the word around, about, if you're talking about any date that you are not sure of. So this was the unit about dinosaurs. Let's check the next unit, which is sea life. And in this unit, we're going to study the first, the second, and the third conditionals. And we're going to talk about blogs. So I wrote down the blog because it's not clear here. So this is the blog. What is the meaning of blog? And what is the difference between blog and vlog? It's like when you write on the internet, like when you post something. If you post videos, it's gonna be vlog with a V for video. So a lot of social media users now are bloggers and vloggers, whether on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or any platform. And sometimes we call them influencers if they have a lot of views. So we're gonna read some of the text. So I live near Ras Muhammad. It's a very famous place. I go diving there 2 or 3 weeks. So when you mention the sport of diving, you have to use go, and then diving using ing. The sea will be rough here. The sea will be rough and cold. If you dive in some parts, the sea will be rough and cold. But of course, in Egypt, the water is very calm and warm, and that's why tourists come here. If you dive in some parts, the sea will be rough. What kind of condition is this? Ah, nice. It's the first conditional, right? So let's study the first conditional, and it's super easy. Let's answer this question. What will happen if you pass all your exams? Well, you'll go to college. If you pass all your exams, you'll go to college. If you pass all your exams, you may get a nice job and make a lot of money. So what is this? We use this for events that are likely to happen in the future. Means they are possible. Not like the third one, an impossible situation. No, they are possible. So what is the form? Super easy. The first clause will contain the present simple form, the tense, and the second clause, the other clause, will contain will as a modal verb, will, may, or might, plus the verb in the base form. Base form means you didn't add anything to it. Okay, let's continue. The coral here is wonderful. What is the coral? When you dive or go snorkeling in the Red Sea, you'll see a lot of colors underwater. It looks like plants, but they are not. They are made of very small animals. It's called coral. Let me get you a picture real quick. Coral reefs. Beautiful, beautiful. See a lot of colors. Scientists believe that this is made of very small animals. So let's continue. Here, there are fish here that you cannot see anywhere else in the world. You'll probably see a stingray. It's like a type of fish that we have. Uh, we have a lot of activities that we do, dolphins. And of course, if I hadn't taken my special camera, I wouldn't have taken any photos under the water. This is the third conditional. Yes, I've just studied the third condition. What about the second conditional? Answer this question. What would you do if you had $1 million? Wow, that's a lot of money. What would you do? If I had $1 million, I might buy a villa. If I had $1 million, I would travel around the world. So why do we use this? We use it for situations that are not likely to happen. Means they are possible, but not likely. Usually this is not going to happen. You're not going to have $1 million, but maybe, who knows? So you are imagining, it's unreal, but there is a small probability. If I were taller, I would play basketball. Why did I use were here? This is I. Yes, we use were instead of was in the hypothetical situations. This is called the subjunctive tense. If I were taller, I would play basketball. Super easy. The first clause will contain the past simple, and the second clause is would or could plus or might plus the base form. It's super easy. Let's continue. Let's answer some questions. If Haytham worked in a bakery, complete the sentences. Work, this is past simple, so this is second condition. So if Haytham worked in a bakery, he would eat all the bread, for example. If you go to the desert at night, you would be very cold, for example. Let's answer another one. If I had lived by the sea when I was younger, for example, I would have had a lot of fun. I would have had a lot of fun. So this was the grammar of unit 18. This is the last unit. In the next video, we're going to study the last two chapters of Black Beauty. Thank you and bye.